Welcome to the Orlando Lions Den Podcast, your number one Orlando City podcast. For the fans, by the fans. For the fans, by the fans. Keeping you in the know on all things Orlando City since 2018.
I want to be proud of myself for a second. I got all the pre-show tweets off, I think, without typos before the videos ended, and I feel damn good about it. So welcome back to another edition of the Orlando Lions Den podcast. I got the fellas with me. I got Eddie. I got Cleon. Cleon, I'm going to go to you first, man. How you doing today, brother?
The bilingual crew's in the house.
I'm bilingual poppy, bro. I'm good as always. You know me.
Bilingual crew in the house is a little bit of a stretch. My Spanish is very, very poor. So
no, I wasn't talking about you, Mike. We're just, yeah.
Oh no, I know. I'm aware.
Yeah,
I'm aware. Duolingo has not helped me.
Yeah, as my dad once say, someone criticized him for being bilingual. He said just because you're monolingual. So I'm like, I think you made a new word. Or no, single lingular. That's what he said. So you, Mike, are single lingular.
Singular. Yeah, sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie, how you doing, my man? You feeling good?
I'm feeling good. Busy, kids and all that stuff. And I have I find some time in between the other obligations to try to talk about Orlando City. And look, I got Marco on the back now, the shirt. I got it, and then he has scored in each game.
He's fully sold now. Look at that.
Remember I said it. Is it
Believe
Man United Anthony or Real Betis Anthony? And we got Ajax Anthony or / Real Betis. So he's insane.
We did not get Manchester United. I can promise you that we did not.
No, yeah, he's fantastic. I said, give me that. And he got a. I was talking to my boy Ralph, and he said he's never going to put his name on the shirt because of that number. It's just disgusting. I said, you're right, man. Did this Marco's got a blocking tight end number, right? 87. That's like a blocking tight end, right, Cleon? Number 87. That's a trash soccer number.
Yeah, bro. I hate them numbers, bro.
That's a trash soccer number.
Respect, was it Kevin Dyson? Kevin Dyson wore 87.
Right, exactly. Yeah, there's a guy in my church who was a blocking tight end for the Ravens and Giants in the Super Bowl. And he was a tight end
for the Giants.
He was in the Giants.
What year?
Huh? The first one. I think the first one. The Eli Manning ones. The
first year. I was like, the first year.
Darius Johnson. Darcy Johnson. Darcy Johnson's
I feel like
he was just like special teams and blocking tight end.
Yeah. I was gonna say because I'm like looking.
UCF.
I'm like, gotcha. I'm like looking. I'm like,
He's from down south for all those people.
Giant Super Bowl winner.
Right. Yeah, but he was 87. I'm pretty sure. My point is he was a blocking tight end. That's what I'm getting at.
That's true.
Hey, I'm not criticizing him. I'm just saying that number is trash. But he's so good that I got a football number on the back with a Croatian name. That's how good he is.
Hey, he is. He's damn good. And as I said on Den After Dark, I think I've also said it on the podcast. Egg on my face for doubting him. You were
stronger about it than I was. You were on a limb. I completely intentionally had a caveat. I was like, he could be good. He could be bad. I did a Cleon. I rode the fence. He could suck.
You always have a caveat, bro.
All the time.
That's the thing for me. It was like
always have an exit plan, bro.
You guys know, because I like Dortmund, so I got to see a little bit of him. He didn't play much with the first team, but he was talked about in the academy and stuff like that. So I was like, he just never made it,
Right.
And looking at his numbers from Croatia, he was just kind of he was impactful, but kind of mid.
Yeah.
And now whatever it is, whatever Oscar Pereira did that made this guy find the target every time the ball leaves his foot, I ain't mad.
Yeah, every goal is smashed. Every goal,
bro. Everyone.
Remember at the beginning? Remember at the beginning, Duncan was off his his hip. Right? And he's the opposite. Everything's just like a rocket.
He kicks he kicks the ball like it owes him money,
Right, yeah. He kicks at the ball like it's never mind, I'm gonna stop. It's too early.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's not get in trouble. Anyways, speaking of getting in trouble, let's go ahead and talk about our sponsors. So if you're trying to buy a house in the Central Florida area, Chad McGibbon's got you covered at Chad McGibbon on Twitter or the QR code on the screen. If you're trying to buy a house,
Yeah, let me
go
add
ahead.
to that real quick. Look, a lot of people like to do things on their own with buying their house. It's shown time after time. If you got a realtor who knows what you're doing, they get you better deals on when you sell your house, and better deals when you buy your house. So get a realtor. Chad knows what he's doing. He's very smart.
And another person that knows what he's doing is Leo with the Epic Mortgage Team, powered by You Mortgage. If you're looking to buy that house, you got to finance that house, unless you just got mountains of cash hanging around. And in which case, if you do, my Venmo is at Mike Spillane. If you need to send me anything, I would appreciate it. But anyways, Leo's got you covered. 407-844-7696. Out of order. Shout out to Hourglass Brewing for No Mango, No Party. Happy to work with them again this year. And then Eddie, you're going to sponsor yourself because you haven't been on in a while. Tell us what's going on in the insurance world.
Yeah, just reach out. A lot of listeners I've been able to help. So thank you guys. You guys do pay attention to these ads. So thank you for that. And if anything could help and reach out to me. But a word of advice: check your deductibles. Hurricane season's coming. Most people have with 2% hurricane, 2% of what it costs to rebuild your house. Normal house costs about $400,000 to rebuild. So your deductible is probably $8,000 or more. So verify that, and you can't change it when the hurricane gets close. So. And if you have questions, just reach out to me, and I'll help you go through it and explain it.
And if you don't got Eddie on Instagram or Twitter or wherever, just reach out to the podcast account. We'll get you connected. We're always happy to help out with that. All right, so that brings us to the game that was 2-2 draw against Charlotte this week. Only a 1-game week, which is refreshing. I feel like we missed those. Could have been a 2-game week if we had the Open Cup right now, but I digress. So I'm not at all still bitter about that. But so, 2-2 draw here against Charlotte. Honestly, if I'm being real, I felt like we looked pretty rough for about 60 minutes in this game to open the game. Went down 2-0 and battled back. Got 2 late goals in the 69th minute and the 80th minute. Ramiro Enrique off of a wonderful move between Martin Ojeda and Luis Muriel to get Enrique in. And then the second goal was Luis Muriel laying it off to Marco Pasalic, who again hit the ball like it owed him money and put it into the back of the net as we were starting off gushing about him as it is. Realistically, we had opportunities to win this game, so it's a little bit disappointing to not come away with 3 points. I think the most notable was Ramiro Enrique in the second half. Got in, great timed run, round the keeper, put it a little bit too far wide, put that shot into an empty net, and tracking back defender was able to get it and clear it off the line. That really should have been a goal, but I digress. Hard to get points on the road in this league, so you do take a point in a road match. I'm going to go ahead and go to Cleon first. What are your thoughts on the performance in this game? Changed lineup in this game. We saw Ivan Angulo hit the bench and Ramiro Enrique go in, and not in the way that any of us expected it to happen.
Yeah, bro. What a wasted a chance to sit Angulo. Because now Poppy's gonna be like, "See, I told you so." And
that's the thing I don't get.
And he will never
be
benched never again.
I didn't get it, dude. Like you put him in, and instead you put Martin Ojeda on the left wing, and then kind of ran a 2-striker system. I was just so confused by it. Especially because if I remember correctly, didn't Santos start this game as well, or did he come on later?
He came on later.
Okay, my bad.
I don't even remember seeing that dude.
He was on at halftime because Bracalo really wasn't having a great game.
Yeah, man, that was a wasted game, bro. Like I hate losing games to these teams. I feel like I don't care where they're sitting in the standings. I don't care what they say, where they sit in the standings. That team's not good, bro. I don't care. I don't care what nobody say. It's not good. And I hate that we keep dropping. I shouldn't say keep. We don't keep dropping, but so often we just don't take points where I feel like we should. And this is one of them games for me. I mean, at least end up with a draw, but that should have been a win, bro. Like easy, should have ran away with it, and we just pissed it away, honestly. And Enrique, that's I'd already give a preview. That's gonna be my stock up guy, but bro, this is like the third time I seen you do this. Like, why does he'll be wide? Oh, like he takes so long to just tap it in. Like, what are you waiting on? and he's like he tries to line it up. So it's almost like he's better when he don't have the time.
100%.
You know what I mean? When he don't have time to think about it, it's like I'm like, bro, you rounded the keeper, just tap it in the goal.
Right.
And it's like he's trying to line it up perfect to hit a rocket into the wide corner. Like, what are you doing? And I feel like that's about the third time we've seen that this year. But it's frustrating, man, because I feel like we should be higher in the standings than we are. And we just keep it seems like every time we get a chance to climb, it's like we just don't do it.
I mean, we are now down to sixth, actually, because Miami is playing right now, and they just went up on New England. So they also have 3 games in hand still on everybody. So they're in fifth and still have a lot of games to make up from the Club World Cup. So, it's one of those things that's like these games that we should be winning or have the chance to be winning, they're now going to start to come back to bite us, it feels like.
Yes, and it always happens. It always happens. And that's why winning the Supporters Shield and stuff like that is so hard, bro, because you just have to get through the whole season without really doing that.
That's the thing. I mean? The league is cutthroat, dude. Like it absolutely is. Especially, I was going to say, because the East top team has 42. We're in 6th at 34. We would have been in 4th place in the West. And we would have also only been 5 points back because top team over there is San Diego at 39. Like, right. The East is a gauntlet comparatively.
Yeah, it's nuts, man. Yeah, but it's rough, man. It's rough, and I don't know. We just need to find that something. I don't know exactly what we're missing, but I feel like we're just missing something, man.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. We haven't really had any position that I would say has just been terrible or anything like that this year. You've had a couple that's been frustrating for sure. Pedro was definitely frustrating beginning of the season.
And
Schlegel, he's always gonna have his moments and his stretches. You know what I mean? Maybe left back, but I don't know exactly where we need to get better, or at least more consistent, to where we're able to just make the jumps we need to make. You know what I mean? To get up and towards that top. But I just feel like something's missing. I can't even put my finger on exactly what it is. Like the goals are there, but I don't know. Something's missing, man. Maybe it's Cesar, man. I feel like maybe it's Cesar. I just feel like he's not been
bad.
He's not been
bad.
I was gonna say not been as good as usual, but yeah, I wasn't gonna say it that blunt. But yeah, he's been kind of bad.
Especially like since before the international break. Like the game against Atlanta, that cost us the game right after it because he was also suspended. Like, and then he's, the past 2 games that we've had, he's cost goals. He has, like, and it's disappointing to say. And I think I want to say it was Daniel Cluley, I think I was talking to on Twitter today. And he was like, I'm so curious what's going to happen with Cesar. And I'm like, I mean, at this point, there was kind of talk about him leaving before the season started, and that didn't amount to anything. And now with his contract being up
halfway out the door type of situation where he's just
that's what I'm thinking is like there wasn't money for us to incentivize us to let him walk. And since there wasn't money to do that, we just had him play, but like now he doesn't want to re-sign, so he's just not playing good. I'm like, at this point, if that's the case, we need Gervais to get healthy as soon as possible, because otherwise we're starting Colin Gusky, and I know Cleon's going to have a heart attack.
That's not going to happen, bro. Kyle Smith, bro, that's not going to. Let's come on, man. Stop.
You're right.
This could be. Yeah, you're right. We could put Kyle Smith or Dagger Dan in there. You're right.
100%. Kyle Smith or Dagger will be there before him. No disrespect, Miss Gusky, wherever you are.
Yeah. I will say though, my hot take is I think that Caraballo starts more than 1 game before the end of the season.
Did he die? I forgot. Where's he at?
He's been doing a lot of stuff with OCB still. He's been on the bench. It's just hasn't been getting time.
Yeah.
It's hard to break through after that Angulo, bro. That left winger we got, bro. He's something else.
Yeah, I mean, all-star, right?
He's got it locked down, bro.
Yeah. Well, Clinton, you're talking about not sure what we need to get better at. I just think it's defense. We've last 3
It's been
games
bad.
it's 2 goals a game, and they've been dumb. Pedro against Cincinnati, just dumb. And then
Why
Rodrigo and Caesar just jogging back on the counterattack, and Caesar losing the runner at the top of the box there on that goal. Like, so these are of course, like, quote unquote, every goal can be preventable, but there's some things that are just basic. Like, bro, just track a runner. And let's get in a better position. These are goals that change the game state. All right. And then we're chasing. We ended up catching up and should have won. Equalizing should have won this match. Facts. But it's chasing. And before then we weren't doing anything. It's feeling a little bit like some of our past years where we don't look good until we're throwing a kitchen sink. Because against Cincinnati, we really didn't do anything. We just had shots from outside until the very end, where we threw the kitchen sink. Like we had our center back playing as striker, and he missed the sitter. So it's just this defense is changing the game state, and as the year goes, they figure you out a little bit, and we might have just have to change things up. I'm not sure if Montreal as a 10 and Ojeda on the left is the right way, but it just seems like that. Enrique. Well, I mean, Montreal got the 2 assists, from it, but it's just he got both assists, and they were really smart plays by him.
No, Ojeda got one of them.
He almost
Ojeda was Ojeda.
Yeah, well, he got the pre-assist on. Yeah, he got the pre-assist.
He got the key pass.
He got the key pass. It was like not every. Yeah. No. That was a good, like, a smart IQ play, like just the slide rule pass. Ojeda, like, the kind of give and go they did. So it just doesn't seem like left wing Enrique is going to be a thing. He's just not. So
it's so weird because they sub him in there all the time.
But then he just kind of comes inside, right? I don't really know. Duncan being out is tough because Enrique and the commentator said it. At the end, he looked gassed against Cincinnati too. He got played in there. He looks tired. So and off the bench, we don't have a ton. Whether it's Montreal or Angulo, and then that's kind of it.
Angulo is just, and now we don't.
Yeah, Angulo's a game state guy. We went from it's not off the bench. He's going to be a game state. He's not really going to do anything if he's going to be to help defensively or maybe on a counterattack. But these are the game state changed, like against Cincinnati, where then now we have to throw numbers forward, and then against Charlotte they had a couple chances too. Pedro made some good saves, and they had a couple good chances and some blocks because we had to open up at the end too. So that's not the kind of game Oscar wants. But the last 3 games we've allowed 2 goals, and that's just not the way Oscar normally plays. Before that, Colorado, nothing. Fine, Colorado stinks, and then 3 by Chicago, and it could have been more. 3 by Atlanta, right? Okay, Portland, we shut them down good, but then 3 for Nashville. So we need to get a little bit more. We need to get back to being good defensively. I'm not sure what it is. Brecalo, as all as he can be in the air, when he has someone running at him in space, he's really he's not good. He's not good. It's just he has some dangerous fouls, almost penalties, yellow cards, and he looks like he's just run ragged, just chasing people out in space. It's not his strength. Maybe when Alex comes back, it won't be such, but I've been noticing it for 6-7 games. I'm just like, man, gets cooked pretty often out there. But I know Santos, but geez, Santos, I was hoping he had a good performance, but then Santos got cooked and they almost scored and beat us at the end, So he had a bad giveaway too. So I was like, Santos, take the job and take it from there. I'm less interested in Brecalo. Rodrigo at center back isn't that big of a difference anymore to me. I don't really care. But I just would like I would like a little bit more balance on having a left back who could do something offensively too. So I'm not saying the bench Brecalo already stinks. I'm just saying that some matchups just don't work. I don't think it should be locked in. I think it's a matchup thing.
You just spoke on a little bit ago. I want to ask that actually about Freeman. Mm-hmm. Do you guys think it's hurt us at all with him being gone, as far as not just like attack, but I mean like defensively?
I think so. I think a little bit. Dagger's been good defensively, though. He has done his job defensively, but offensively, it's not like lack of effort. He's getting high and he's doing some stuff. He's just he doesn't pull as much attention offensively, you know?
Yeah, it
And
just seems like we've been I don't know, something's been off. Pretty much ever since he's been gone. You know what I mean? So it's like we haven't looked
right.
the same. So it's
Right,
like
we haven't looked as dangerous. Yeah.
that's one of you
Yeah.
guys' opinion on that. Like
No, I
what
think you're right.
Mhm.
I almost feel like, and it's weird. It's so weird to say because we talked about it early in the season because we were like Freeman. He ain't known for his defense, at least not at a lower level. He wasn't playing none.
No, he
but
was mailing it
he
in.
was a straight playing winger. But
Yeah.
we are all surprised at how solid he had been.
Right,
Like
right.
defensively. I was wondering like if it's physicality or something. It's like I just feel like something's missing, man. That we had and now it's not.
Right. I think so too. He's better in the air. I think I think the gap in between him and Dagger is more on the offense, though. I thought Dagger did fine on defense.
Mhm.
So, but I think offensively, if anything, the way Marco's playing, Freeman might be even more dangerous because you got to really count for Marco, man. You know,
Especially,
I mean, he's just.
I was going to
with
say,
with Freeman on the right, they're going to have to really keep an eye out there when he cuts in. So,
I was going to say, because that's the thing is it seems like they're finally starting to be like, oh, we can't let this guy cut in on his left foot.
Right.
They're not fully there yet, but for some reason, up until this point in the season, teams are still letting Marco Pasalic cut in on his left foot and give him space. Like, I don't know why they're still allowing it, but I think they're going to stop doing that. And then the second they stop doing that, he's going to have that cutback pass to a streaking Freeman.
Right.
That would probably open up a Montreal or an Enrique or even, God forbid, an Angulo on the other side for an opportunity in the box off the other side of the cross.
like a pullback. Like that.
It's going to make him much more lethal.
It is. Yeah. 100%. That's exactly the scenario I see play out where Marco cuts in, the fullback takes a step up, right? The center back or whatever take a step up, and he just slips it in behind. And Freeman's good taking a shot from that angle, or just like a hard low cross.
He scored on it this
Enrique's
year.
Enrique's good at sliding, typing those in kind of thing, and maybe Angulo it'll like hit off a shin guard and go in or something if he's in the right spot. But
he'll accidentally trip and put it in the net.
Right. And Freeman getting behind. I don't know. We'll see if he starts this weekend, hopefully, and
he should.
how it goes. But I would like to see a clean sheet or just one goal or just not a dumb goal allowed. It's Montreal. We have no reason.
I was going to say, we'll talk more about that here in a minute because we also got other news that are happening going into that game. So let's go ahead and let's stock up, stock down it. And Eddie, I'll let you just keep going. Give me your stock up, give me your stock down for the game against Charlotte.
Stock up. I mean, I would say Marco again. I mean, this is second game he's had the same type of goal. He comes in, crashes in the box. They lay it off, and he just smashes it in one corner. He's fantastic, man. He really is great. And so I would say stock up for him. He's stock down. Stock down probably Cesar. Just boneheaded kind of mistakes and it's crazy because I think it's a little bit of a Mueller situation where maybe he's not going to get too stuck in because he's got other plans. And at this point, a couple years ago, think about this, Cleon. A couple years ago, we would have been thinking we were crazy if we were going to lose Cesar on a free. But that's what it's looking like, right? That's wild. So I don't know if he just doesn't feel all locked in all the time. Something's just there. It just ain't right at all.
Got a kid
so
now,
I'll say stock. Yeah, exactly. I'll say stock down on Cesar for now.
What do you got, Cleon?
I already said stock up for me was Enrique. He started slow, obviously, but especially since Duncan went out, he's really stepping up. Because then Muriel's starting to cool down a little bit. Well, a lot of bit. And
the old guy
He's been trying to fill that gap. You know what I mean? He could definitely still do a lot better because, like we just talked about, he's blown a bunch of chances where he's just by himself, and you're like, "What are you doing, bro?" But I'll give him. I ain't gonna be too hard on it. I'll give him stock up, stock down for me. Cesar for sure. Yeah, he hasn't been it, man. He's got to get better.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you on the fact that I agree with both of you. I think that Ramiro and Pasalic are both really good stock ups, and that's realistically where I would have gone to. Stock down, though, I am going to go a little bit differently, even though I agree that Cesar is a worthy stock down. I'm going to give one stock down to Poppy. I think that him making the change of switching Angulo, but then also changing where people are being positioned on the field, I just think was a bad idea. I don't understand why you did it, because the area that Martin Ojeda has been most successful this year and the tail end of last year is playing centrally. Why would you take him away from that? It just, to me,
bro.
it didn't. If you're going to make that change, Enrique's got to be on the wing. If you're going to make that change and put Ojeda on the wing, it neutralizes his best abilities that he's uncovered with since he's been here. And my second stock down is going to lead into our next topic, is Pedro.
And Mike, when Ojeda did get the assist, he was pretty central.
Exactly. So that's my point, because that's once things kind of got shifted up a little bit.
That was an exact place he would be if he was a 10. If he was a 10, he'd be in the exact same play, because he's made that exact same pass a million times.
Tons of times, exactly. And my other stock down, though, goes to Pedro. And some of you were probably like, he didn't really play a bad game. Well, he did go ahead and commit a very stupid foul, picked up a yellow card. Charlotte scored on that ensuing foul, or on that ensuing free kick. And Pedro suspended this week against Montreal because of yellow cards.
I didn't even know this. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
No, guess what? It's worse than that, because so is Robin Janssen. So Robin Janssen,
is he healthy
Pedro,
too, or no?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I haven't heard anything. I saw him at the Asado with Mauricio Pereira there. Shout out our old captain, popping by for some barbecue. I can't blame him. It looks delicious. I would love to be invited one day. Shout out front office. Shout out front office. Please invite us one day. I will fly in to be there for the Asado. But yeah, so I mean, I'm excited and happy that Freeman's back, but our back line's going to be completely different, because I'm hoping Freeman starts, but we're going to be looking at probably Bracalo and Schlegel, and then either Kyle Smith or Santos at left back, and Javier Otero at goal. And I will say, like, I'm they're not a good team, so I'm not trying to be mean, but like, I am so happy that if this is going to happen, it's going to happen at home against Montreal. Like, this is the best time for those suspensions to happen, if they're going to happen. But yeah, he gets my stock down because the foul that I made, if I remember correctly, he was way out of his box and he just like took a guy down. Like, it's a very dumb foul to make.
He's just trying to get the other guy in trouble, and was just clumsy. You know?
Yeah, it's just proving dark arts, and it just came. It bit him in the backside.
Right.
So, but yeah, I mean, that's really all that there is to say about it. I don't know if you guys have anything. I will say, at least this time, Robin Janssen, he didn't get a yellow card for dissent. So whatever that's worth.
Right. Yeah, but the fact that he's suspended is because of those yellow cards from dissent,
for yelling, yeah. Because if I remember, I think I kept count last year when he got a suspension last year. It was he got a suspension last year. All of his yellow cards leading up to his suspension were all mouthing off. None of them were for fouls.
Right.
And I did.
We do a yellow card.
You know what the worst part is with his dissent cards? Hardly ever is it actually a call against him.
It never is. He's just doing the captain thing.
Just mind your business over there, bro. Like, what are you doing?
Right.
I don't.
And you know what's
involve you and you coming over and getting a card, bro.
Right. And then when there's like an actual fight, like right around him, he's not even in there. Like, right? Like, when someone gets a yellow and it's a fight, you got one or whatever. Yes, it's just like hanging outside of it when they're like rumbling. Right. The other day, they tried to shove Ramiro or whatever, and he was fighting back, and Cesar was all up in the mix, and Jansen's just out in the corner. Like, but instead, I just like, if your captain's getting a yellow card, get in there and start throwing some bows or something. You know what I mean? But no, he's just like, hey, once you're done separating this fight, I got a couple words for you, and then either choice words, and he gets a yellow from that
every time.
Yeah, it's just funny with that. Yeah, every time.
Man.
This defense with Right. And if you're gonna get a yellow, get one like Cesar did. Remember they had a breakaway late, and he just
he gave him a horse collar tackle.
That's a yellow.
Horse collar.
That's
tackle.
a yellow
that's
card.
15-yard penalty.
Right. That's
15-yard penalty.
Right. That's the one that broke Terrell Owens' leg. Yeah. That's a penalty. That's a yellow. That's what you do, Jansen. I just want that big dude. Jansen's big dude. Just 2 foot, one person. like Messi, preferably.
Preferably, or whoever he's bringing with him next. We'll talk about that later.
Busquets, yeah.
No, he's retiring, I guess, or they're breaking the rules. We'll find out.
You know which one.
Right. I got a quick question though. A little. Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. I got a quick question though for you guys. Okay, so window, right? The summer window.
Yeah, hold on.
Mike. When is that?
I was gonna wait.
Okay.
July 24th.
Okay, yeah. July 24th. If we think we can't lock up Caesar, that's all right. Would you guys be open if someone were to take him? Would you be open to trading or selling Cesar?
I mean, if you sell him,
given it's Gervais or Cal Smith or Gusky. Yeah.
If you sell him or trade him, you are going to get pennies on the dollar. You know, you're not going to get a lot of money because his contract's up at the end of the year and he has no option years. If someone's going to like overpay for it or something to get him immediately, by all means, take him.
Like Uruguay.
Like if he seems like he's not wanting to come back and someone wants to give us money, see ya.
But if not, it's not worth it. Just let him ride the year out. Whatever.
That's kind of like what it is with what's his face, Chris Mueller. You know, like he huffed and puffed, and Hibernian wanted him immediately, and we said, "Okay, pay us," and they said, "Well, no," and I'm like, well, "He's not leaving then. Like, have him when his contract's up. Like, why would we let him go for nothing? Like, what? Who does this benefit?"
Man, even if we let him go for nothing, they still would have got ripped off because he was so bad over there.
Yeah, he was really bad for Hibernian. I know that he hasn't done anything for Chicago this year. He was a nice kid when he was here, so like I hope he's doing okay with whatever he's got going on.
Why is he so
he's been out all year for personal reasons, and I talked to one of my I think it was personal reason. Yeah,
was he writing a book or something?
Glass House Soccer, and he said the front office really hasn't said anything about it, so I got no idea what's going on with him.
Really, he's writing a book.
He's been quiet on social media too, which is where he was always the loudest, you know. So,
the Brits will nobody bans like them, man. British people and in a barbershop are the two places you're gonna get cooked. Bro, they cooked him. That you just if you don't know, look up his Instagram and look at the picture of him holding an owl in Glasgow or Edinburgh. And bro, those comments.
I mean,
wild.
I've been cooked at a barbershop a few times before.
Yeah,
been there, done that. I need to go now though. My hair is terrible.
I did today. Yeah,
I was gonna say you look clean. You look clean.
Yeah, looking real Puerto Rican. This hair.
Yeah,
I was gonna say it earlier, but I held it together because the last couple episodes of me we've been a little on the edge, so.
Yeah.
Towed the line a little bit, so
you look as the line tower. I appreciated it.
Yeah, no. Shout out to Ryder who made a Diddy FC joke last week, and then the next morning he got quitted of everything for the most part.
Right.
That was completely unbeknownst to us. Good job, Ryder. Proud of you, buddy.
Stock down, Epstein files. Bro.
Yeah. God, no. Stock down. Yeah, stock down almost everything. I don't know. Never mind. Not going to get there. But I will say Tom Bogert put out an article today for Give Me Sport, basically saying like, oh, these are the targets that every Eastern Conference team should have. And for us, he pretty much had nothing. He said just consistency. They need to be more consistent. Maybe that means shoring up one thing, but there's not a lot that they can really do as far as leniency with their roster and financials. I think we probably have about 2, maybe 3 roster slots open due to season-ending injury list. But what does that mean? We have a U22 slot to use, and that's about it. He said he could see us making some moves if we were to get rid of Montreal, and he said that there is some Colombian interest. So maybe some of that stuff is real, even though Montreal shut it down himself. But I don't see any reason really to get rid of him at this point. If you're going to do it, I say do it at the end of the year. That's just my 2 cents. I don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
And the only other things that I could think of, I would like to see us use the U22 slot on a left winger that makes sense realistically. Maybe a center back, but probably a left winger.
Right.
Something to compete with Angulo. And then the only other 2 things I do is get Alex Freeman an extension. And sign Justin Ellis to a homegrown contract, because those are the 2 things that I think make the most sense right now.
Right. Look, you're shout out to Tom Bogert and David Goss, their Soccer Wise podcast, Ricardo Maria, the whatever.
Great interview. Go listen to it.
Yeah. He's like whatever, the head honcho of so many things. He hinted like a left wing possibility. He said we're not going to like just do a move to do a move. He's sounding me. they're not just gonna spend just to spend, is what he was saying. But like he was talking about competition is important, and he kind of seemed to say left wing is open. And look, people don't really. We forgot about him because he got hurt, but Sukata was starting in preseason.
He was
And
good in preseason.
I think Sukata would have had a real chance of a lot.
Serious
like right
minutes.
now, Angulo seems like a lock, but Sukata would have had serious minutes. And so my point is, this season we were going in with a left wing battle, so to speak, left wing depth. And I think that's what they wanted, and we lost that when Sukata got hurt. So I think that's something that they might do if they find it right. And he did say they have the U22 spot. If we could, just another U22 that's perfect, like that's productive and versatile, like Enrique Ramiro, it's U22. That would be ideal. But they're going to find the right. They're going to find the right deal. They're going to find the right deal. But that's what that would be the ideal. The left wing is the spot plus the U22 with the cap. And it's just sitting there. That would be fantastic for sure.
Definitely the smartest move, because you got to remember those guys only hit the cap at what, 200K tops,
right? Yeah, right.
So
yeah,
it's important to do that. I think is this your pops in here saying that
it is
unless we can get lots of pesos,
right? Yeah,
I'm telling you, man, we're not going to get any pesos if we get them. We would actually have to spend pesos, because it would probably be buying them out and letting them leave for free.
Right.
Because I don't think Junior is going to spend a lot of money. So I don't know what they got financially, but probably not a lot.
Yeah, yeah. It might not be in dollars. Yeah.
Being what
Roses.
was it going to be in?
Roses.
Roses. Okay, I didn't think that's what you were going to say.
Coffee. Well, yeah.
I thought you were going to say Junior Colombian burger gift cards.
Yeah.
I was thinking the same thing. Who said Junior?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I was thinking Junior Colombian.
Shout out Junior Colombian, by the way.
I've never been to that place. I need to go. Yeah.
I know there used to be one by UCF.
I've been there once.
Yeah. You know what? A little overrated. Dominican burgers. I had one of those at a food truck, the Chimmy's. I don't know, man.
Yeah, bro. She's been. Yeah, I'm not with it. I ain't gonna say.
Yeah, I thought that was special. I got to try the Colombian burgers.
Bilingual Poppy looking over the shoulder.
Yeah.
I'm not with it. She makes me go all the time. I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay, but I ain't with it, bro.
Oh God.
Mike, you got burgers is still lean. Mike's got that down. I had burger fry yesterday. Delicious.
Yeah, bro. I'll take this all day. 10 out of 10 times.
Right.
Over them chimneys, bro.
I was gonna say we got the only thing that I have different out here is we got Freddy's steak burgers instead of like Steak and Shake. And Swag went and tried it recently, and he's like, it sucks. So I was like, it's not great.
Yeah.
To be fair, the only place I tried it was at Dick's Sporting Goods Park for the game against Orlando. Is where I tried it. Probably
Where's
not.
Swag at anyway, bro? His PO didn't let him get his time today.
No. He's
yeah. Who knows?
No recreation time for him today. That's
right. No rec time.
They finally caught up with him, huh? Finally caught up with him. All them contrabands he's got in his cell over there.
Yeah, he grew a beard, shaved
I've never
it.
seen a prison so lush, bro. Like, it's crazy.
Got a TV. He's got Jenga, probably. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Martha Stewart over there, bro. Like,
right.
I don't know what's going on with this dude.
I'm happy he just had to go see the family over the weekend. So.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Okay, we've talked crap about Ryder and Brown. You guys got anything for JJ since he's not here?
Bro,
yeah.
I ain't got nothing with JJ.
No, nothing with JJ.
I ain't got nothing with JJ.
JJ's busy eating beef tallow fries and Steak and Shake.
There you go.
No,
there you go. All right, guys. We got Montreal this weekend. Ways. Yep, it does. We got Montreal this weekend.
I promise you one thing right now. We going a 6-game losing streak. You'll see JJ on here 4 straight episodes, bro.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
4 straight. Absolutely. I guarantee you.
He ain't holding back
every time.
That's it, right? That's true.
He ain't holding back. That's for damn sure. All right, so Montreal at home. No Pedro, no Janssen. Cleon, I'm gonna go to you first. What do you think happens in this game?
I would have said this a dub, but
right.
You know me, and I don't trust these boys, bro. With
Javier Otero for you?
I don't trust these children.
Yeah.
So
Otero was fine. Yeah.
I don't care. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Come on, we're at home. Nothing.
I'm gonna say a dub, but I ain't too confident with this, bro.
Well, Poppy special 1-0. We played them already. Remember,
if we dub, it's gonna be
it,
a draw, and if we dub. But
okay.
I feel like we score 1 goal, it's gonna be a draw.
Ah, gotcha. Well, we
0-0 draw.
If we win, it's like we're scoring like 3.
Yeah, 0-0 bore snooze fest the last time. The
Rafael Santos red card as well in that game.
Oh yeah, how many? He's got 2 red cards. He's got 2 red cards this year, right?
I think it's just 1.
Did he get the double yellow?
When is
he
got
a double
yellow? He might get a red card.
It was a double yellow
somewhere
for him in this game. It was a double yellow for him in this game that he got off the bench, by the way.
That's right. Okay, that's what I'm thinking of. Is that way.
But also in this game, we also started a midfield of Dagger Dan and Gerbe. And Bracalo and Janssen both played at center back, so there was no Rodrigo either.
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah.
So no Atuesta, no Rodrigo.
How do we lose that game?
Santos got sent off. We didn't lose. 0-0.
0-0.
I mean, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But look, I'm gonna say 2-0. You know what? Our defense has been good. I'm gonna say 2-1. You know, Santos gonna play someone offside or something or do something, and you know, Bracalo Schlegel is always something fun. Something always happens. Back pass heater. Somebody out of position, right? Something happens. Brecalo left to die with Evander and the other guy against Cincinnati, right? He was like 3-on-1, just dying out there by himself. Something's gonna happen. So a clean sheet seems like too big of a call with our starting defense, two people playing out of position, 2 people who don't, one out of position now, and then one who hasn't been playing very much at all in Santos, and then a backup keeper. I'm gonna say 2-1. My boy Marco keeps the streak alive. 2 goals in 2 games since I got the jersey done against in the Cincinnati match.
I'm going with it.
Huh? Yeah, and then the other goal.
I'm going with Ojeda. I'm going with Ojeda. Actually, let me pull this back because I need to go look up his real assist because I saw on MLS.com, which I was only there. You never know.
Go to FootMob. Go to FootMob. Don't use MLS.com. MLS.
You know I don't go there for statistics, bro. I was looking up the roster thing and trying to look at points per game, and I had to go to MLS.
Tom Bogert even said on an episode of Soccer Wise that I was watching, he's like, never go to MLS.com for stats. He's like, they don't know their own stats.
Oh, yeah. Now everybody's jumping on the truth, huh?
To be fair,
I know who these people
Bogert's no longer employed by the league.
They've been trying to pimp all this crap to us for all these years, and now
Tom is no longer employed by the league.
Look, Ty was trying to get his place to get married. You know, he did take one for the company. But
got a whole house. He's good now.
Hey, Cleon, didn't even Ricardo say it, right? They're talking about assist and then second assist, right? Even Ricardo himself said it.
Bro, Ricardo said to me, because he said about he was hyping up somebody's assist. And I said, man, he ain't got them assists. You know he don't have those assists. He said, no, that's what they put. I said, okay. When it comes to a contract, we're going to negotiation. And negotiation and is an assist bonus. Does the fake assist count? Nope.
No, right. Look,
nope.
Look, when you're selling a guy, when you're the value, you're talking about development, they
count. Those assists count then.
Those assists count. Right, yeah. Like,
Daryl DK had 5 assists. I could tell you how many of them were real.
Right, exactly.
What?
Right, exactly. What? Yeah, exactly. Like, so, it's just a little salesmanship. I respect that.
Yeah.
But
look, everyone knows they fake.
Right. Yeah. So, but I'm gonna go 2-1, Marco, and then I feel like he's due. I'm gonna give Muriel a goal.
Yeah.
He needs one. He's due for one. He needs one. And what's it gonna say? Look, Ricardo said it on the Soccer Wise interview that the goal, we started off so poorly last year. We made a run. We didn't get that. You want to have that home game, that home field advantage in that first round. So the goal is to get 4 seed and above. He even said the Shield's probably a little tough to get, but we want to get 4 and above, and we're not going to get that. I mean, Miami's already probably going to pass us, right? So that puts us down to 6. I mean, they're already past us, but they're probably going to permanently pass us. And then after that is Columbus, Philly, right? And that's Columbus is 4 away, Philly's 6 away.
We still got
That's
two
tough.
games. Here's the thing, though. We still got 2 games against Columbus, 2 games
Right.
against Nashville, 2 games against Cincy. Those are 6-pointers there. Like we haven't played them at all yet.
Right. So
those are big games that if we could win both of them against those big teams, we have the probability of moving up. You know,
right. But the thing is, we'd have a tense. People have been breaking down Poppy's record versus these big teams. It's not super great, so we got to stack up points against these teams that are below us, like Montreal, like we didn't do against Charlotte, who's 10th. And right now, if you look at Cincinnati, they got 3 draws. Right, we got the same amount of losses as us, but three draws. That's we got 7 draws.
They're turning their games into wins,
Yeah, so they're turning their games. That's and goals for. We got 6 more than them, and they got one goal less allowed than us. So it's just because we have a bunch of bonehead mistakes and we're giving up leads. Mm-hmm. And if we turn 2 of those into that's another 4 points. Then where we're at, we'll be tied with Columbus. There we'll be in the 4. We got to turn these ties into dubs. It's hard to do that against good teams like Nashville, Columbus, Philly, and Cincy. So we have to beat Montreal. Have to beat Montreal.
I agree.
Yeah,
100%. So I'm going to say we have to. The home field is 4th place, and it helped us last year with Charlotte. We gotta get home field. We gotta get at least 4th.
Cleon, you were going to interrupt him with something that you were going to say about the score.
Yeah, I'm pulling it back now because I had to go look up real assists. And because I saw the fake number for a second, and I saw 9 and 9. So I said that Ojedo's going to have a goal and an assist, but them don't count. So I'll still give him his goal and an assist, but I thought I was about to say he'll be on a double-double, but he won't be on a double-double yet.
Yeah, he's gonna need a little bit more assists. He's on 9 and 7 real.
Yeah, so
and Paslich is on 10 and 4
for a double-double.
And Enrique and Montreal combined for 11 and 3.
You know who gets nothing fake is your boy Paslich. Just real goals and real assists all game, all
the time. Right.
10 and 4.
That brings it to me. I'm gonna go ahead and you guys both picking a dub. I'm picking a dub too. But I don't care about the defense being bad. Otero is gonna get his first shutout. We're gonna win 4-0. Okay. All right, that's what's gonna be. Paslich is gonna get a hat trick. We're gonna have 2 hat tricks at home this year. And then we're also going to get a goal from Ojeda, who's also going to have 2 real assists. He's going to have he's almost going to have a hat trick of assists. So I need big games from them. I'm not betting on any of this because if I bet on it, it won't happen. Right. Although I have been trying. I've been making a couple donations to DraftKings, being like Angulo goal, trying to help it happen.
Right.
He's going to get like plus 3 million before the end.
you got to do what my boy Mike Thornhill does. He's bet on Janssen Yellow before and won. he got like everything right last game. Passage, goals, shots. Yeah, and then I was like, you forgot your Janssen Yellow, man. It's hilarious. Oh, to answer my dad, he talked there about Gallese needs to make up for a spaced out hole in the near post. He can't. He's suspended, Dad. So the guy yesterday got that yellow. So
Otero is bigger than him. Hopefully that helps with the extra space.
Right? Yeah.
Otero is a giant. He's what 6'6".
At least.
Yeah.
At least.
He's a huge son of gun.
That's the biggest Venezuelan of all time.
All right, let's wrap this up. Cleon, you got any shout outs this week, my man?
Not junior Colombian burgers or not Chimmy burgers.
Hey,
Cleon,
Muriel gets that goal this week. He's going to celebrate there.
Cleon, one of my gripes is
he's about to ask me something crazy. It better be now because it's safe for probably about a minute and a half.
Cleon, part of the problems with the Chimmy burgers is the shape, right? They don't shape the burgers right.
It's all of it, man.
Uneven cooked.
It's all of it, bro. It's the shape.
It's dry.
The stoneness and all this, bro.
Whoa! What are those things?
Hold on a second.
I ain't with it, bro. I ain't with it. I eat it because I have to. Yeah. But I ain't with it.
You ain't with it. Just
give me a good old American. Give me a good old American burger, bro.
Yeah,
I need a double cheeseburger with bacon on a donut.
Look, there ain't nothing.
That's some other Americans right there.
Right, yeah.
Hey, you never had a donut hamburger?
I ain't need no bacon on a donut.
Eddie's definitely had a donut hamburger.
I don't know. I've had I feel like I have probably yes. But look, there ain't nothing I've seen Cleon eat that isn't on a kid's menu. You know what I mean? Right, Cleon? Yeah.
Whatever, he's just like Dominic with cereal. Give me them chicken tendies, baby.
Just chicken tenders, fish sandwich, and burgers. That's all I've ever seen Cleon eat.
Hey,
and the fish sandwich was his fish sandwich. That was Mama's recipe.
I think it works, bro.
Yeah,
I've heard stories of how good this fish sandwich is. So.
Oh, it's incredible! It's incredible. I had it at his house, LA Galaxy, a couple years ago. It's incredible, and that's when I tamed the wild beast, the dog. Where is he?
Bro,
let me say hi. Is he okay?
I figured it out, Eddie. You know how you did that? I think it's because since he's Mexican, he's got like a kinship with anybody that speaks Spanish, bro. Because mommy over there, bro, I don't know what the hell she did, but this dog don't even speak to me no more. He just goes straight on over there.
Hey, well, didn't she speak Spanish? Because she was there. She made the fish sandwich.
Oh, yeah, but he ain't like her.
I was going to say, don't say because you're Puerto Rican, speak Spanish, because like she's Puerto Rican too, speak Spanish.
Yeah, but he,
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. He ain't like her too much.
Yeah. Oh, okay. But anyways, yeah.
That's why he stayed. That's why he stayed. Because it wasn't my dog.
Shout out to the dog. That's my shout out right there.
Hey,
but,
I don't know where he is.
Hey, speaking of food, shout out to Buen Provecho, the Puerto Rican spot behind the wall, bro. That stuffed yuca rellena every time. For years I didn't spend no money in the stadium, but I've been bringing it up, honey. I might go to like the beach this Saturday. I really want to go back to the game because I want to see my boys, but also I want to eat that. It's part of it. I want to see the boys win, but also that's delicious. I had a friend was at the match. He was, I don't know what to eat. I said, just follow me. I got him down. He texted me, bro, this is banging. It's not even what he grew up eating. It's not something he eats, So
I was gonna say, I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to watch the game live this weekend, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do my best. I think we're supposed to go hiking, so Mal's got a rare Saturday off, so I'm embracing it. So
yeah, do it. Those count. But that's exactly. I don't got no real shout out, but that oh man, just Marco, what a signing, man. Shout out Ricardo. He said he spent a week out there in Croatia getting him signed over, man. I mean, geez.
I could spend a week out in Croatia too, man. It's nice.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's just
he's like $4 million, right?
Yeah.
Not much.
I never been more in love with I never been just the macho. It's funny that goal. I was almost disappointed. I was like, was that in the box?
Oh, barely.
Yeah. Barely. Right. I was like, bro, near post too. This guy.
Yeah.
K Macho King. K Macho. Marco the Macho, the magnificent, the magician, whatever it is. Oh, I love him. He might be my favorite player of all time, Orlando City. Already.
There.
Already. Yeah.
I'm just gonna go ahead and give a quick shout out. I'm excited. I get to go see Superman tomorrow, so I'm excited about that.
Yes.
I got to see that tomorrow afternoon.
I need to get tickets. I'm gonna go get tickets.
It's popping off on the reviews. I think it's got an 85 critic review, 95 on Rotten Tomatoes from the audience. So I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah, imagine when they find out.
I like James Gunn too. So
yeah.
Wait, what's that?
And when they find out he's an immigrant, oh my god!
I know, man.
He's not from here.
He's so woke. And then my other shout out. I'm gonna look directly into the camera and be like, Don Garber, do the right thing. Don't let them continue to break the rules again, man.
Already.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
This is wasted air.
An Argentine with cornrows. You're gonna break the rule for that? You got cornrows? Oh, a neck tattoo and cornrows? Oh, what?
You're describing Bernadeschi, actually.
No, he has cornrows too.
I know.
Yeah, he's just Argentine. Yeah,
but yeah,
it's Bernadeschi admits he's Italian, not like these other guys. These Argentines.
So for you guys that didn't know, there's rumors right now that Miami's signing Rodrigo de Paul from Atletico Madrid, and Bogert said it's probably going to be between a 15 to 20 million euro fee. So which is, in other words, you guys know the rules. There ain't no way. That's probably still going to be Pity Martinez. It's going to be the record. Or no,
that's Euros
this year.
That's Euros. No, but that incoming spending.
No, we'll see. I'm not sure. We'll find out. I think I heard it was going to be a little bit lower than that originally.
Okay,
but yeah, no, they're still going to be bringing him in apparently, and they do not have a DP spot. They cannot buy down any of their DPs. Right. So the only way that he can get in is some kind of tomfoolery, or they just kick Busquets off the team. Basically,
Busquets will be a homegrown by Friday. You heard it here.
Yeah,
so just kick him off the team and then it's all good, or what?
Well, no, they'll buy out his contract, but I think I want to say Alba is making $4-something million a year. Busquets is making $8-something million a year.
$8 million.
So like you cannot buy down those contracts. Cause like I listened to This Is MLS this morning and Kalen Kyle's like, they could just buy him down. And Andrew Weeby's like, no, they can't. Like he's like, that's not how this works. It's not how it works. You can't just buy down guys that are that expensive. And she's like, let me just do this. I'm like, yeah, you never liked this.
Right.
Like you worked for Miami and then just started pimping out for them. So
right.
She did say that her favorite time ever playing soccer in America was playing for Orlando because she met her husband and all that stuff there. Shout out to Harrison Heath.
I met him at Chipotle once too, and then my friend's like, "Isn't that Orlando City player?" I'm like, "Gosh,
you also fall in love with him?"
Yeah, no. He was just like one or two people in front of me. He's like, "Isn't that Orlando City player?" I was like, "Yeah, it's just Harrison Heath though." And then he turned around. Swear to God.
Oh,
I swear.
God, man.
Yeah. I know.
That's like when I went and I
was not surprised.
When I met Facundo Torres and Felipe, and I got like signatures from them, and I just like went up to Felipe. I was like, "Dude, I used to hate you before you played here."
What did he say?
He's like, "I get that a lot."
Right. I told that to Sasha when they had some thing where they had like interviews and Sasha and like Yuri Rosell, and I was like, "Bro, I used to hate you." All of that.
Don't worry. Sasha has been very vocal. He did not like his time here. If you guys watch MLS Wrap Up or MLS or even 360, he has made it pretty vocal recently that he outspokenly did not like his time in Orlando. So that's annoying. Like being mad about it, dude.
Yeah. James O'Connor era.
Like, dude, no one had a good time here. We hated everything.
Right. I still never forget that article by Matthew Doyle talking about we got one of the best wingers, Justin Merrim in the league, the assist king, all of this. What a great offseason we had, right? And I read it off on the podcast at Casey's. I read it off because excited about the sightings and that we had that year. Oh, like embarrassing. One of those freezing cold takes.
Awful year, man. That's the freezing coldest take in Orlando City history. Worst year. So like whenever he says that, I think I retweeted or maybe I responded to Nick from ILF. I was like, man, none of us had a good time that year. Like you ain't special. Like, I'm sure there's some people that said some stuff that you hated hearing, but like we hated watching it. Like nothing was good. Right. It was that 6-game winning streak to start the season was awesome, and then
Cleon, remember that guy said it was fraudulent. It wasn't there, and Cleon and me ripped that guy.
It was Doyle.
No, not Doyle. It was another guy. We called him Cabbage or something. What was his name? We had a nickname, Coleslaw. Bobby Caldwell or Bobby something. He played people.
I think.
We call him Bobby Coleslaw. You're like, what do you mean that they don't?
Oh, Bobby Warshaw.
Bobby Warshaw. We called him Bobby Coleslaw on that one. Cleon was like, "What do you mean they don't count? A win's a win. It counts 3 points on the board." He was just railing in on. Then we just crapped the bed the rest of the way.
All right, I almost forgot one shout out because I like to spread positivity. You know,
positivity. Yeah,
it's my specialty. So Pedro's going to be out. So it's time for people to step up. Sometimes when man down, man up. So right. Pedro's going to be up. So it's time for there's your opportunity to step up and show that you can produce more goals plus assists on the year than Pedro Gallese. So Ivan Angulo, here's your chance to overtake Pedro.
You guys are tied. You're tied right now.
That tie at 1 that you've been on all season long. There's your opportunity to overtake the goalkeeper for productivity in the attack this year.
That's an assist, right? And that's with MLS counting. It wasn't
goals
a goal.
And assists. 1 goals plus assists. 0 plus 1 each.
And was that a legit assist or was that a
It's legit assist. He has 2 if you count the fake assists. I think for Angulo.
We don't.
I know. I'm just saying. I know we don't agree with it.
Pedro's real assist was the Montreal, right? Against Miami, right?
Against Miami, yeah.
And that was a better assist.
So here's your chance.
A much better assist.
Here's a chance to overtake the goalkeeper finally.
That's wild.
Mr. Left winger who never sits on the bench and starts every game and plays every minute.
Hey guys, you know what's going to happen too? Angulo's going to start, and they're going to say Angulo didn't start last match because he had a knock, not because it was on purpose. It was precautionary. It wasn't he actually benched him. It was precautionary.
Doing this.
Oh boy.
All right, guys. Well, that's an episode. We should have Den After Dark. I don't know if it's going to be me. Maybe it'll be somebody else, but we should have it going. We know it's not going to be Cleon. I see that movie. You're scratching nothing there.
Yeah.
Won't be me.
Yeah. But yeah, we should have it. We'll figure it out. Let's beat Montreal. Vamos Orlando as always. We'll see y'all next time.
See you.
Deuce.
Thanks for joining us this week on the Orlando Lions Den podcast. Don't forget to follow us at Orlando Lions Den on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. See you next week in the Den.